Artificial intelligence has moved past the chat interfaces you type questions into. We are now seeing long-horizon agents, systems that run silently in the background, executing complex multi-step tasks like analyzing legal precedents or writing entire software code bases. To do that work accurately, these agents cannot rely entirely on static training data. If an AI model is cut off from live information, it will inevitably hallucinate facts or pull outdated references from the time it was initially trained. But giving an AI live internet access reveals a major structural bottleneck. Every standard web page, every navigation menu, and search ranking system was built exclusively for human eyes and human behaviors. This means that no matter how sophisticated a model gets in the lab, it struggles to execute real business operations because it cannot cleanly parse the live, working reality of the open web. When an AI queries a standard engine like Google or Bing, it runs into immediate friction. These engines are heavily rate-limited and optimized for human browsing habits, slowing down automated systems at every turn. This split-screen comparison shows what goes wrong. Because traditional metrics prioritize ad clicks, a simple query generates a massive, tangled web of HTML and tracking scripts. This violently overflows the AI's context window, its working memory, forcing the system to process visual layouts it cannot see. An autonomous software system does not need colorful buttons or psychological engagement triggers. It requires pure, structured knowledge, delivered instantly. This exact engineering problem is what Parag Agrawal has spent his career solving. In October 2022, he lost his position as CEO of Twitter under highly public circumstances. But before his time as a chief executive, Agrawal was a Stanford database PhD who spent a decade managing Twitter's real-time information firehose. He understands exactly how to parse and deliver millions of global data points at planetary scale. In 2023, he launched Parallel Web Systems with a singular thesis. The internet needs to be entirely re-indexed for a second user, the machine. The chaos of his Twitter exit left him with the precise technical background required to build the plumbing for the AI infrastructure race. Parallel's architecture strips away the consumer search model entirely. Instead of ranking a list of blue links for a human to click through, it delivers dense, machine-readable tokens. Here is how the system translates the web. While a human uses keyword strings, an agent inputs semantic objectives, like asking for specific corporate data. The traditional, cluttered results page instantly dissolves into an organized stream of minimalistic data blocks, compressed and ready for processing. Parallel built a deep research API to handle this stream. It functions as a dedicated, private browser for the AI, allowing the model to independently cross-check answers against multiple sources and report statistical confidence levels on its findings. This approach ranks information strictly based on factual authority and token relevance, discarding consumer metrics like click-through rates. By translating the visual, chaotic internet into the native language of software, Parallel drastically lowers the compute costs required to execute complex web tasks. The empirical results show a stark contrast with human performance. On complex multi-hop retrieval benchmarks, Parallel's Deep Research API hits a 58% accuracy rate, more than doubling the baseline of trained human researchers. Major enterprise platforms are already building on this layer. The $11 billion startup Harley uses Parallel for jurisdictional reasoning, while Notion uses it to power background knowledge agents. Investors are paying a steep premium for this traction. In April 2026, Sequoia Capital led a massive Series B funding round that pushed Parallel's valuation to $2 billion in under 2 years. That extreme financial escalation confirms a market consensus. Robust agentic web access is a mandatory foundation for the next generation of software. Parallel is operating in a crowded, high-stakes market. Well-funded rivals like Exa, alongside hyperscalers like Google and OpenAI, are aggressively rushing to dominate this exact retrieval layer. But a massive economic threat is looming over all of them. Major web publishers are retaliating against free AI data scraping by erecting strict bot paywalls. This line graph illustrates the core problem: a steep drop in human referral traffic, shown in blue, crossing paths with a massive, unmonetized spike in AI bot crawls, shown in red. This is the crawl-to-click gap. AI models consume a website's content to answer questions internally, sending zero traffic back to the human creator. This dynamic breaks the internet's current economic model, forcing the open web to fracture and go dark just to survive. Parallel's ultimate strategic play addresses this exact crisis by establishing what they call an open market mechanism. This mechanism brokers authenticated data access directly between AI agents and publishers. Instead of scraping without permission, software agents use micropayments to pull high-quality, verified data from content creators. For a publisher ecosystem facing collapsing referral traffic, this transforms the AI from a parasitic scraper into a paying, reliable customer. Agrawal is facilitating a permanent split in how digital information is distributed. We are watching the internet divide into two parallel structures: one visible web sustained by human attention, and an invisible, paid infrastructure